she's doing to do her business and how she's been able to succeed in New Life, she actually said yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome our dear sister, our friend, all the way from Nairobi, Grace Ngatia. Please, Grace, if you can hear me, you can be able to unmute yourself. There you go. My goodness, you look so bright.
Thank you very much, Justus.
You look like a
Good
presence
evening.
member.
Oh, yes, that is where we are heading, and we are excited because we have come from very far.
Wow. Wow. Please, you can take it on. We are ready and we have been looking forward to learning and to hearing your story. So please, you can take it on. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Justus. I am honored this evening to be your special guest in your very great team. And I really want to thank God. I do not take it for granted. And I'm excited this evening. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Team Lion Kings. I'm excited to be here to talk to you. My name's Grace Ngatia, just like Justus has said, and Justus has been a friend. We have walked the journey together, and we have learned a lot from each other, and he's also one of my mentors. And I want to talk to you today because I am excited. But 14 years ago, I was not excited like I am this evening. I was probably like the guests who are on the call. I was invited, or rather, I invited myself into this opportunity. I remember very well 14 years ago. By then, I was married with only one beautiful girl. But today we are married and we are still excited because God has blessed us and now our family is bigger. We have 3 more sons. So I'm a mother of 4 and I am married. And before Neo Life, I had done very, very many things. I always tell people I was a hawker at one point. I never wanted to be a hawker, but I have been brought and born in a very poor family in Nairobi. In Nairobi, we call it slum-like. You can imagine I was sleeping hungry. We couldn't afford school fees. Things were very tight. I'm the firstborn in a family of 5. And when I finished our Form 4 here in Kenya, in Nairobi, my parents were already retrenched and I couldn't be able to go to the university. So as much as I was called, I couldn't make it at all. And my dreams looked like they were now shattered. And I remember a lady in church taught me how to sell chicken. That was my first thing that I did to make a coin because I was tired of sleeping hungry. I was tired of living a poverty life. I was tired of the kind of life that we were living. And I didn't know any other way. And a friend of mine, a mother in the church, showed me how to sell chicken. So I sold chicken. I sold Gikomba things. That is where you go and get secondhand clothes. And I educated myself. I became an accountant. And I thank God because God has a plan for everything. And my first job as an accountant was an individual who employed me and told me, Grace, I'm going to pay you like $200. But at the end of the month, I never got that money because he said, I am not experienced. I don't know about Uganda. If when you graduate, you get a job that is well paying, or it's like here in Kenya, they tell you we are going to take you for probation. They are going to check how you can do the work and then they can employ you permanently. And that's what happened for me. And when they had promised me 20,000, they never gave me 20,000, but they only gave me 8,000 shillings in Kenya. But that one is in dollar is $8. You can imagine. And things were very difficult. My husband is also an accountant. We're hustling, getting one job and another, and life was not easy. And I remember this particular day when this total stranger walked in our office. She wasn't talking to Grace because I was frustrated. I didn't have hope. I was just somebody who didn't want tomorrow to come because I never had anything good to look up to because I was full of debt. At that moment when that lady was talking to other ladies, we had rent arrears for 8 months. We hadn't paid rent for 8 months. We had eaten food on credit. You know, like you have a shop, you go get food and you don't pay, you pay at the end of the month. I had 3 shops we hadn't paid. I couldn't even afford less than $1. I couldn't even afford. And I remember this lady was saying, I work in a bank and my husband works in the bank and there's a business we are doing part-time and it's giving us $300 per month. I moved closer. And I asked this lady, can I do the business full time? And this lady said, no, you can't do it full time. You can only start part time because you already have something else you're doing. And she asked me, can I have your number? Guess what? The people on the call, I never had a mobile phone. So I told her, give me your contact, tell me where the meetings are held or where I can find you so that I come, you tell me more. And that's how she wrote for me where the meeting is going to happen, a meeting like what Justice has just done for us, but on physically. And I went for that meeting. I found 500 people seated, listening. I found the prominent people in our country. The lady called Dorothy Nyong'o is a wife of a governor in our country. And I asked myself, Grace from a poor family, Grace who is not educated, Grace who is she cannot even afford $1 or less, is here given a chance to meet with prominent women. I want to listen what these people have in stock for me. And I remember they talked like Justice has taken a lot of time talking about good health. I was less interested. I was young. I wanted money. I was broke. But nevertheless, I sat there because they were good people. They were clapping, applauding people. And then they called the next speaker to talk about money. And guess what? It was still a prominent lady, a wife for a governor in our country. And the lady said, I am a lecturer at the Kenyatta University. I do business part-time and I make a 6-figure income. And right away, a question ran into my mind. I am poor, yes. I am only having one income. So my guest, I want, if you're here and you're hearing us for the first time, the first question I want to put onto you is, how many incomes do you have? If you're only employed and you want to reach your dreams, chances are that that is not going to happen. You need to have more than 2 incomes because that is what successful people do. And that got me so well then. And I decided I'm not understanding what these people are saying, but I want to be part of them. And I didn't have money to start, but guess what? I went and begged for the money. You see, it's not borrowing and it's not selling something. I didn't have anything to sell. I couldn't get anybody to borrow the money from because I had borrowed everyone. I only begged. Begging is give me $1, give me $2. Like you wouldn't expect me to return this money. And that's what I did within a night. And I started this fantastic opportunity. And I always say that thanks God, because that's the best thing that I did in my life. And I started the journey. My mentor, who was a stranger, had work for me. She had to tell me that I can do it. And I had the guts to tell her, I cannot make it. I come from a poor family. I come from the slum. No one in our life has ever succeeded in our family. I had to take her to where I've been brought up to see the kind of poverty we have, to just justify that I can't do it. And this lady told me, Grace, it doesn't matter your past. What is important is your future. And that is what I want to tell the guest on the call today, and even the distributor who are here. In your life, we don't care about the past. You may have done businesses and failed. You may have not been a good person that people think you can become successful. That is not important in your life. We are saying that your life will give you a second chance, if only you're going to follow what we teach you. And I remember my sponsor told me, Grace, you must be teachable. You must attend training. Because for you to become an engineer, for you to become a doctor, for you to become any good profession, a pilot that makes a lot of money, they go for training for 5 years, 10 years. And they are not paid in the university. So she told me, if Grace, you want to earn good money, you must attend training. And guys, I want to tell you, I attended training. And trainings are reading books the way they tell us, is attending the physical training, learning about the products. I did that. And as I trained, I started practicing the things I'm training. And guess what happened? I started using the products. I didn't have a lot of money, but I would buy even for 200 shillings and using and see they are working. I started selling the products, getting customers like Justice has shown us, and I started getting profits. And yes, they said, like Justice has said, profits are better than wages. For me, I didn't understand that statement, but I went to my sponsor and told them, explain to me what this statement means. And my sponsor told me, Grace, your salary is $8. If you can only sell a profit of 100 shillings every day, you are going to be at 3,000. That is $30, $3. If you can sell 200 every day, guess what, Grace? You're nearing your salary. So if you can be able to sell 300 shillings, which is probably $3, you can be able to surpass your salary. And I was excited. I would do it part-time. And I went and talked to people about home care products. That's what I started with. And I made profits to the tune of, I was able to offset the debt for 8 months. I was able to pay the shops that we had borrowed food, 3 shopkeepers. I bought myself my first phone. I know there is no guest on this call that doesn't have a phone. Otherwise, you will not be listening to my beautiful voice. Can you imagine I didn't have a phone? But today I'm here 14 years down the line, talking to you, telling you that this opportunity that just as I shared with you is a life-transforming opportunity. I bought my phone. I remember I made my hair. I remember I bought my first suit. The normal things that people take for granted and I couldn't afford were able to be afforded now because of New Life. And I remember my sponsor telling me, Grace, it's not just about selling. It's about building a team. It's about building your own business. It's about building your own legacy. It's about showing other people. Do you know of women who are going through the same as you? And I remember Justus told me, talk to women. And I know we also have men here, but I have a heart for women. Why? Because I'm one of them. And I want to tell you, women, I know the men are here, and you will agree with me. Women go through a lot in life. And I like just using a very simple example. The women will run around taking care of these children. The women will run around taking care of their husbands, those who are married. The women will run around taking care of their old parents. It's the woman. And this woman will also run around taking care of the parents of the in-laws. But let me ask you, who takes care of this woman? In case of even sickness, have you realized the women, even when they are sick, they are still working for their family? And most of the times, the women don't have a chance to love themselves, to live their dreams, to live their choices. And some even other countries, there's gender sensitization. Some women will not hold a high position. Some women will be checked like, why is she driving a car? And some people will think if a woman drives a car, maybe she's getting money from another man or something like that. And I'll tell you, women have a lot they want to achieve, but there's some ceiling. And I want to tell you good news today. In your life, there is no ceiling for women. Whether a woman has education, it is an equal opportunity for all. If a woman knows people, you have networks or not, because I know it's the men who have networks, because they're the ones who are out there with so many people. I want to tell you, even if women, you don't have a lot of network, this is an opportunity that will help you get better networks. Women don't travel. You see, men get big jobs and they travel. Even if they're employed, they don't have a chance to travel with their wives. And the wives have left taking care of the children and taking care of the house and the property. And this woman does not enjoy life to the fullest. I want to tell you guys, in your life, as a woman, you are going to have chance to enjoy life at the fullest. Because Grace, as she started building her team, sharing the opportunity with people who cared, I talked to people and I told them, let me tell you, I wanted to be smart. I couldn't, but today I'm smart because of New Life. I wanted to have a bank account as a woman, and I couldn't have because I didn't have an income. Today, I'm able to have a bank account. I cannot afford to probably go and buy my child something if not my husband giving me because I'm a woman. But today, I can afford it. I want to show you what I'm doing. And some women listen to me, some men listen to me, and I started building a team with the help of my sponsor. And I remember my first check in Kenya shilling was 353. In dollar, is 3.53. Can you imagine? That was my first check. The company called me a manager. I was so excited because that's the check that made me open my first account. I worked the business like what Justice has guided us, and I became a director. In 8 months, it was long. It was time. I took time. It took me learning. It took me understanding the business. It took me getting no's for the distributors. Not everyone is going to like you. I'll tell you for a fact that not any of my relatives said yes. Not even my close friends said yes. Remember, I came from down. So people were asking me, are we going to buy spinach and cabbage, or are we going to come and take 3NN? Are we really even going to afford the money to go for those trainings in town? And everybody said, I cannot afford an international company. That money they are asking is too much. I can't do it. And you know, I was left there. I don't know what to do. And I went to my sponsor. I told them, it doesn't matter. My family, my friends, they've said, no, I must succeed. What do I need to do? And she told me, Grace, you know what? There are over 40 million people in your country. I'm going to teach you how to make friends. Make friends in matatus, make friends in buses, make friends in funerals, make friends in weddings, make friends wherever you go, where you buy your shopping, make friends. The guards that open your gate, make friends. The people you meet in the lift, make friends. And she taught me the skills. And because I wanted to learn, I had dreams. I wanted to live my full life. I was ready to learn. And guess what? I've been able to build a business with total strangers. So if you're here and you're a distributor and you're getting discouraged because your closest friend and family are not agreeing to this business, don't worry. Keep learning from your sponsor. They will teach you how to talk to people who are looking and are uncomfortable with their lives, and you're going to get them, so long as you're willing to learn and you're ready to attend training. And that's how I became a director with total strangers. And my check as a director was $30. Let me tell you, that was like $1 million to me. And the rest is history. Because I'll tell you, I came here with dreams. Being a firstborn, I had the burden to support my family. I have educated my siblings in their high school education with this great opportunity. Courtesy of my neo-life business, our siblings are educated today. Our children have gone to good schools. We started from the very small house, a small house that is so down, but today God has blessed us. We have gone to different homes and houses, you know, 1 room, 2 room, one that has a toilet inside. You go to 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, and today we live in a beautiful house that has own compound, courtesy of this business. We are driving our own car. Our family car is from this opportunity. You know, when I talk about KCJ 299J, I talk it with so much pride. I know you are here on the call. Maybe buying a car is not a big thing to you. But can you imagine somebody who joined this business with not even affording $1, and today they are driving their own car? It is something that is exciting. It's something that can give you hope today, and you go out and share this opportunity with other people. We've been able to invest in lands in Nairobi. We own 4 plots in Nairobi. That is courtesy of this business. But what makes me so excited is the fact that as a woman, I have been able to empower other people. You know, let me tell you one thing. There's something that it is a concern to me so much. Women stay at home as housewives, and women sometimes have the lowest job in the society because they don't want to be promoted, because we have this notion it's the men that need to only have the bigger position. We always believe that it's only the men who can drive good and big cars. We only believe that women can't handle 1 million shillings. We believe that, and sometimes the women are there. They wait for their husbands to bring. But today I want to throw for you a challenge. If you know a woman who is a housewife, if you know a woman who cannot be able to take care of their family if that man is not there, do you know in this life things happen? That job of that man, your husband, the person you depend so much on, they can be retrenched like what my parents were done. What can you do as a woman? Would you be able to take care of that family if that husband stops bringing that income? You're a housewife, you're there. There are needs you have. You want to have a nice dress. You want to make your hair nice. But if your husband can't afford, you cannot do it. And you're there tied because you're a housewife. You want to go for holiday, but you can't do it. We have even some charmers, but you can't do it because you can't afford, you don't have money. And the worst can happen. Your partner can be incapacitated, and the worst can happen. The death can come in, and you are left with these children. What can you do with them? And that's the challenge that I give women when I meet them. I tell them, don't be so much comfortable because your husband can provide. Can you imagine if you can bring another share like he does? You can live a better life. And in case of eventuality like those ones, I'm not saying they will happen, but they do happen. We have seen them happening to people's life. Someone can become sick and that person is not now providing. What happens? Do you go back to the slum? Do you go back to a country? Women in this call and those who are out there, we can go and tell them. There's a opportunity in the house. There's an opportunity you can do without education. There's an opportunity that you can do when you're teachable. I recommended this lady to me. Go and see a lady called Grace Ngatia. You're struggling because your husband has passed on. I want to tell you today, Margaret has educated his son up to the college, and today she's owning 4 plots of land in Nairobi. Courtesy, I met this lady when she couldn't even afford to pay her house rent. She was only earning $4 in her employment. That's 4,000 shillings. EPZ. I feel so honored when I see this lady, so smart, elegant, excited about life. The in-laws threw her out. She has never even gotten anything that the husband left. But because of this opportunity, today she's excited. She has a renewed energy. I have several women. Others are driving. They are living in their own homes. They've supported their husbands. They've brought more income, and today they are driving, have educated their children in better schools because of this opportunity. And because of that, I've been able to earn a 6-figure income, world team member, and I've been able to travel. Can you imagine a lady who came in borrowing 20 shillings, didn't have a phone? I've been to the Windsor Golf and Country Club with my husband for a whole without knowing how to talk to people. I didn't have confidence in myself. But all what you can see today is what Neolife is capable of giving you. I want to tell you guys, we have the best opportunity. If you're looking for gold, don't go to South Africa. Gold is here with Neolife. Some of us want to get Mercedes-Benz. Now, Neolife gives you that kit. It's equal to a Mercedes-Benz. We just need to work it, and we're gonna achieve our Mercedes-Benz. If Grace has done it, you can do it much better. And I want to finish with a very interesting testimony, amongst my biggest testimony. I've 2 children. My firstborn is 19 years, and my secondborn is 14. My third is 5 years, and the small one is 2 years. I built my business when I had the first set. And I came in and now got the 5 years. Ladies, listen here. I went for maternity for 1 year. I took care of this child. I breastfeed the children, the both of them, for 1 year old. I stayed at home. I worked my business. I serviced my customer, and my team was still there because I had created leaders. And every month I had my bonus coming like I am going out to work. How would you love that? It's a business that can be able to take care of yourself even when you have taken a leave. And now I've come back from maternity, and I told Justus, where I left, I am now excited. I am now going to change other women's life. And I want to tell you, if there's a business that can give you ample time with your children, it is this business. It's going to give you time to go on holidays with your children, to enjoy with your children. We do meetings with my children. They know TNN, they know Calmac, they know all this. It's a family business. So we have a responsibility for our guests to go out, for our distributor to go out there and make a difference in people's lives. And for our guests, I want to tell you, if you're looking for an opportunity that is going to change your life in the next 2 to 5 years, you have found one. Don't look. Go and get the money like yesterday. Don't give excuses. Don't give reasons why. You have worked for 10 years. If you haven't saved this money that we were told, it means you might never get this money. You need to go and sell something. You need to go and borrow the money and join the business like today, so that your life tomorrow can change like how Grace's life changed. And for the distributor on the call, how many Graces do you know out there? How many ladies do you know out there? They are struggling educating their children. They are living in poverty life. They cannot afford a phone. They can't afford a nice dress, nice hair. They want to have a nice meal, but they can't afford. You have the gold to go and give it to them. You need to be a hope carrier. Your work is to go and tell them only. Leave the rest to God. Because if the seed falls on good ground, you will get a Grace. You will get a Justus. You will get a Janet. You will get all the successful people we have in this opportunity. Do not tire telling people. Do not judge. If my sponsor judged me and I was not looking smart, look at what she could have missed today. Talk to everyone. I am so excited talking to you. And I want to believe that we have been given this mandate by God to go out and make a positive difference with people's lives. Walk with shoulders high because we have the best opportunity. I pride in even saying our own president does not have an opportunity like mine. They will promise to give jobs, but we all know it's not possible. But Grace has an opportunity to give to everyone who wants to listen and is ready to work. Let's go out and change lives, and we are going to meet at the beaches of the world. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Wow. Wow. What an electrifying testimony it is. I'm truly, truly inspired. Zubeda always tells me so a lot about you. And she always tells me there is a lady in Tanzania, in Kenya, by the name of Grace Ngatia. She is a presidency member. And I've always wondered why. And honestly, I know you've been in your maternity leave. We've been missing a lot. And I know now that you're back, President's team is the only way to go. And from your sharing, from your energy, from your passion, the way you speak, I honestly can't say anything else apart from seeing a presidency member. Your team is lucky to have a great leader. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
our team. I know that so many ladies on this call have been truly inspired and truly challenged. I wish we could hear from you almost like every other week, Really, really quite inspiring. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. To the people that are listening in for the first time, all I would want to say is that if Grace can do it, you too can do this business. If this business has been able to change Grace's life, I am quite sure that it can change your life as well. Sometimes I love to ask myself the question, like we've all listened to Grace's story. What if Grace said, let me go and think about it? What if she said she started giving excuses? Because I've seen people who give a lot of excuses. You tell them about the opportunity, all they give is excuses. One thing I got to learn in life is that you cannot give excuses and make money at the same time. Excuses and money, they are completely parallel. So if you are listening in for the first time, I would like you to make an appointment with that person that has invited you to this call. Get started. Let them show you how you can get started. Let them show you. Let's show you how you can be able to build a successful business and have a powerful, successful story, just like Grace has shared with us. It's possible. It's possible for everyone. It's been possible for me. It's been possible for Grace. If it's possible for the person who has invited you here, it can also be possible for you. So let's just get started. And to the distributors on this call, I like the way how Grace has shared. She's actually shared her testimony, but then she's also shared a lot of tips on which we can use to be able to build our business. Let's go ahead and apply whatever we've learned from her story. Let's go ahead and apply it. I know from her talk, we can be able to change our lives and also change our businesses as well. So thank you so much for listening in. And thank you so much for everyone who is a guest for the first time here. I see we also have very many people from Kenya. And I want to congratulate you for having attended this call. I believe you've been able to be inspired. And let's get started. Let's see how we can be able to start on your success journey. Like Grace has said, we will meet at the beaches of this world, courtesy of the Neo lifestyle. Thank you so much. Have a blessed evening.